The sun has set, and Thursday has just begun. Jesus is in an upper room with his disciples, and once again Mark is going to contrast love for others against love for self. Because love for others was something deeply lacking in the disciples. Oh, they knew how to love themselves. It was loving each other, well, that they had a problem with. Especially when you think of those around you as your competition. You know, competition as to who was going to be Jesus' right-hand man in this new kingdom of God. So there they are. And the custom of the day was that before you sat down to eat, you washed your hands and your feet. Now, you could wash your own hands, but somebody else was required to wash your feet. And everybody knew that the lesser person was called upon to wash the feet of the greater. Nobody, and I mean nobody, was going to take themselves out of the running for the top spot by admitting that they were the lowest of them all. And in walks Jesus. He's the master. He's the one who gets to determine who is the least important man in the room. I can imagine every eye is on Jesus to see who will be demoted to the lowly position. We know the story. The lowliest of them all was Jesus himself. Jesus, who came not to be served, but to serve. What a contrast between Jesus and his disciples. Jesus loved them when all they could love was themselves. And if that wasn't bad enough, Jesus makes both a prediction and a promise. The prediction, tonight one of you will betray me to my death. But the promise, I will rise again. The next prediction is that you will all abandon me. The promise, but I will meet you again in Galilee. But the next prediction is too much. Jesus takes the bread and he says that this bread, well, it's like my body. It's going to be broken and I'm going to die for you. But wait, there is a promise. I will rise again. The next prediction, Jesus takes the wine and he says, this is my blood and they will spill it. But here comes the promise. And with this blood, I promise that I will forgive and remove your sin, that I will make you the children of God, and I will write my laws on your heart and in your minds. And once again, we see the great controversy being played out. On this day, one disciple would deny Jesus while the other would betray him. One would find redemption and the other eternal condemnation. And yet through it all, we see Jesus' determination to save them both. Well, that was our nugget for today. Please have a look at your lesson. I'll see you tomorrow.